Hey team, how we going? Just doing a quick sound check. Let me know if you can hear me. Yep. Okay. Sweet. Amazing. Hey. So welcome to the first ever. What do you call it? I don't even know what it's called. Oh yeah, MathS Co-Requisite paper. Now, I just want to give you guys a bit of a heads up as to how this session is going to run, because this is the first time I'm actually running a session like this. I've normally just make the videos and just upload it, but I've been kind of very super busy at the moment with just lots of little projects. So I thought what I'll actually do today is I got my hands on the week 2 paper, but you know, there is some of the images are actually I had to make them with AI just because of copyright issues. So I just wanted to know how we want to run this session, because this is the first time I'm actually running this. Hey folks, yeah, welcome. Sniper, welcome back. So yeah, so like, because this is the actual exam paper from I think earlier in term 2 that we did, so I'm happy to go through the answers because I haven't actually done the full worked answers for it. So either I could see a sniper. Either I could actually go through this question one at a time with you guys, so you can actually go have a go at these questions, and then I'll go through the answers with you, or I kind of go through the answers and then you can just ask me questions in the chat as how I did the questions. So what would we like to do? Would you like to try the questions by, let me just chuck a poll. Can I create a poll and engage with your audience? Start a poll. Question, how do we do this? What is it say? Do all the questions, or let us do the questions and then you show us. Okay. Why can't I start the poll? Oh yeah, let us do the questions first. David, I'm not sure. I know that people who haven't actually got the numeracy co-requisite, so they could be ranging from year 9 to 10, and in some cases there's been a lot of new international students that have come through, so they are looking at doing this for the first time as well. So yeah, I can't really tell you whether it's specifically for level 1 or not. It's one of the requirements that you need. All right. I think it looks like let us do the questions first. Oh no, hang on, it's coming back up. Oh, 50-50. Jeez, guys, you're making this difficult for me. Do all the questions is back up. I mean, I don't want to do a speed run. The hell? It is a phone of some sort. Huh. Sure, I heard a noise, but it's neither of my phones. During halfway. Okay, let's go. Okay. So, all right. We are stuck in exactly half. That's hilarious. Okay, now let's just do the questions first, all right? I think it's always good to do the questions, guys, because it's... What the hell? Oh, Instagram. No, I don't want to answer this, people. It's like 50-50. Okay, so here we go. We're going to start with the questions, folks. So what we'll do is I will basically give you maybe a minute to try and work through each of these questions. I think we got about 30 questions roughly altogether. So let's see if we can kind of try and finish this in the hour. So have a go at this first question here. Yes, I didn't have the picture for this because there was a lady in crutches. Oh, it was an Instagram call. What do we got? Another 10 seconds to try and do this? Yeah, have a calculator ready. All right, so I'm going to go through this question, folks. So the first thing is what we've got here. Where's the calculator? There's my calculator. Yes, it is, David. Yes, it is. I did add a little, what do you call that thing? Little new graphic down there just to kind of stop people from bugging me when the next tutorials are. So that'll be up there. So yeah, beautiful, Petel. You can put the answers in the chat if you guys want to. I encourage you guys to put the answers in the chat, because sometimes when you get the wrong answer, it's actually really good, because then we can see how you got the wrong answer and we actually learn from it as well. So feel free. I mean, if you're shy, then don't worry about it. If you're like, yeah, I want to check my answer up, yeah, go for it. But okay, look, let's just get going, all right? So she says 4 weeks is about 40,000 minutes. So I got to actually work it out. So what I'm going to do is 4 weeks. So it's 4 times 7 days. I got 7 days. 7 days has got, each day has got 24 hours. And then each hour has got 60 minutes. All right, so the answers here is 40,320, right? Now, here is the important part about this question. The question actually says, is she right? Use time calculations to explain your answer. So I guess the first thing you've got to do is you got to do 4 times, oh, this is an ugly pen. So we've got 4 times 7 times 24 times 60. And that's now equal to 40,320. So if you just write the answer 40,320, that's actually not going to be sufficient, because one of the key things with these numeracy co-requisite questions is you actually have to say whether she is correct or not. So what you could do is, in this case, and it's one of these questions where you can actually have both answers. All right. So you could actually say, yes, I agree. Agree because 40,320 is close to 40,000. So that could be one of your answers. The second answer is you could disagree because 40,000 is not, sorry, 40,320 is not close to 40,000. So either answer you give, please make sure that you actually justify, you explain your answer. Does this working out work? Why is it times by, I think you've got the 12 the other way around. 672. Yeah, anyway. So that's pretty much for the, she said about though does not change the outcome of the answer by saying that or no. Nats, yeah, you could do that as well. You could actually say it's close to 40,320. And I think, guys, just be mindful of these questions in the CAA. Like what I've noticed is that they ask questions where you can actually agree or disagree. As long as you can justify it, I think that's the important thing you need to do. As long as you can write a sentence that says, hey, yeah, I think this is actually correct because it's close to 40,000, or no, I don't actually agree because it's not actually 40,000. So yeah, all right, cool. So that's question 1A. Let's go to question 1B here. I know that this is a bit annoying to look at this particular picture, but the question is actually asking what mum's crutches need to be set on arm is bent at the correct angle. So if you look at her arm is actually bent at that angle there. They actually tell you what the angle is. because right here they tell you that this is the angle, and the question is how many degrees is the correct angle. So I think we can actually kind of do this real quickly. I don't know if you guys want to throw the answers up on the chat. I'm not even going to give you like, maybe I should zoom in. Okay, I'll zoom in so you can have a look at the angle. Yeah, so it's sometimes you guys have to be aware of it. Like they do tricky ones. Sometimes people see the 150 and then they go, oh yeah, that's an angle 150. Just be careful with that, all right? Now, for this particular question, even though we kind of can see, and I think I'm zooming in quite a bit here, I can see 20, I can't even do this right. Because it's going to, okay, that's 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So, funnily enough, the answer schedule actually says that they will accept an answer anywhere between 29 degrees and 31 degrees. But yeah, that's a nice and straightforward one, so we can move on to the next one. All right, so let's go question C here, question 1C. And I'm going to give you guys maybe about a couple of minutes for this one, and let's actually go through it after that. So I'll give you another 30 seconds and then I'll go through the answer, folks. I put 0. All right, so let's have a look at this one. This question here, it says that friend takes mum's dog for a walk. The dashed line shows the path they take. The X marks about 900 meters along the path from the start of the walk. Now, I would recommend you guys to do this, all right? Have a highlighter with you. And sometimes it's actually worth highlighting, particularly these types of questions, so you can get a visual of what's actually happening. So I'm going to get this highlighter here. And basically, this pink pathway here, so this pink pathway here is about 900 meters long. So if it's 900 meters long there, then the question is asking, what's the best scale for this map? So what you can do is, I would almost have there's two ways of doing this, right? The first way you can do this is look at the scale of A. So this is like 10 meters, right? So if I was to do 900 meters, that's 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. I know that it's not going to be A. Now, if you look at the 100 one, that's 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. Again, it's already getting too long, so I probably won't go with B. Now, if you look at C, we've got 200, then 400, 600, 800, and that's about 900 there. So if that's the case, then what we've got here is, it could be C, but let's have a look at D. If you look at D, that's 500, that's 1,000 already. So that's actually too short, so it can't be D. And then E, that's 1 kilometer. That's already more than 900 meters. So it cannot be E as well. So then the only logical answer that you have in this case is actually C. All right, cool. Yeah, so the problem with E is, remember, E is actually 1 kilometer, so it's like 900. So if I was to draw this, just have a look at this one. I picked a very terrible color here, but say this red line, that's already 900, that's already more than 900 meters, which means if I draw that red line here, you can kind of see that that's already 900 meters, so we can't actually use E for that. All right, let's have a look at the next question, people. So we're coming along nicely. What is this one? Ha! Yeah, this was fun generating on ChatGPT, this particular picture here. So we've got... We need... yeah, I'm going to give you guys a couple of minutes to do this. 2 minutes to do this question, and then I'll go through the answer. If it tells you to explain, Andy, I think I'm just gonna leave this question up here. Now, the question where it says explain usually tends to be like, I mean, there's a couple of things that could happen, right? Like one, they could be asking, hey, do you agree or disagree with it? So then you have to give explanations. The other ones, I'm trying to think, like I think there might be a couple of questions coming up soon where when they do say explain, you can kind of just go, it just depends on the question. I think it's kind of hard for me to kind of make it up. Yeah, 100%. I'd kind of go with what Mongrel said there. So, folks, you need to be very careful with this question, all right? And I'm seeing some answers here, and I know what you guys have actually done, and there's nothing wrong with what you've done here, but the problem is your units are actually not correct there. All right. So for those of you that actually did this, and I'm going to show you what you did to get your answer. You did, okay, so I want to find the volume of this cube. So I'm going to do 40 multiplied by 70 multiplied by 150. All right, now this is what you got. Nothing wrong with this answer, because if you look at it, your volume here, your volume is 40 times 70 times 150, which actually gives you 420,000. But here is the problem. The units that you have is actually centimeter cubed, because you see how this is centimeter, 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 and this is centimeter cubed. The problem is your answer needs to be in meter cubed. All right, so what you need to do is you actually need to convert these measurements into meters before you multiply. So remember that 100 centimeters is 1 meter. That means this is going to be 1.5 meters. This is going to be 0.7 meters. And then this is going to be 0.4 meters. So what you should do is 0.4 multiplied by 0.7 multiplied by 1.5. And when you get this, you actually get 0.42 meter cubed. Now, this is one of these trick questions that they like to ask, where they try and get you to do some measurement conversions while, you know, they just kind of, it just looks standard, right? I mean, this is what I did as well. I did it straight away. But I'm not going to lie. Like there was a part of me that was wondering, what if we do this? And I'm please don't do this in the exam. But you know how the box actually looked like this? See, I was actually I was thinking of being a little bit cheeky by doing this. 420,000, and then put a C in front of that meter cubed. that would be very cheeky. I don't think you'd actually get answer correct for that, because they actually wanted the units in meter cubed. That's terrible. Yeah, please don't do that, folks. But in all honesty, look, I'll be brutally honest. If I was marking that, I'd probably give that, because that's like, you know what, that's pretty clever. That's understanding. All right, I think we're good with this question, yeah? Let's go to the next one. I like it how they say dad puts 5 kgs of clothes into the washing machine. Sorry, yeah, we're doing the washing machine question now. Yeah, it's a fairly straightforward question here, because I mean, you've got 5 kgs of clothes going into the washing machine, and then it weighs 1.8 times as much as the dry clothes. So all we're going to do is we're just going to do 5 times 1.8, which equals to 9 kgs. Nice and straightforward one. Numeric. Yep, we're good with this. All right, let's go to question F. Mom notices a 240-liter rubbish bin is 3/4 full. Actually, that's true. I mean, there's so many theories about this one, right? Like, I never empty the rubbish bin until my wife yells at me. She's like, the rubbish bin is full. Why aren't you emptying it? I always just, put like a paper towel on top and just squeeze it all the way down, because I'm like, yeah, it's only 3/4 full. Yeah, so this one here, it is 3/4 full. So it's actually 3/4 full, and so it's actually asking what's the space left in the bin. So we're going to find out how much 3/4 is first. So 3/4 of 240. That's equal to, well, actually, I'll just show you guys how to do it real quickly as well. If you are doing 3/4 in the calculator, you can just chuck a bracket, 3. There's a little ABC button here. That's a fraction button. Chuck a 4, and then multiply that by 240. Now, some of the newer calculators, they do the fractions by themselves. So that's pretty easy to actually see. Now, this is what 180 liters is actually full. So we've got to go 240, take away 180 to get 60 liters of space that's actually left in the bin. Don't know how you got 40 liters, mate. How did you mess that? All right, we're doing good, folks. We've done I think 1 out of the 5 questions that's available, is it? Yeah, 1 out of the 5 questions. Are we ready to go to question 2? Do we have any questions so far from the ones that we've done? See you, FBI. We'll catch you later. Ready? All right, let's go to the next one. Ooh, is the picture going to load? Oh, man, this picture was such a pain to generate in AI. The first picture I generated was just, let's just say it was NSFW. It was not safe for YouTube. But anyway, I'm going to leave this up, and this is one of those explained questions. I don't know if Andy's still here. Here's an explained question, Andy, for you. And we'll give about 2 minutes for this. Sleeve length is 88. Anish, no, we're just catching up on numeracy correct. Hey, Petal, make sure you write the reasoning, all right? Don't just say, no, I do not agree. Guys, it's a really good thing to notice is that you cannot say, yes, I agree, or no, I don't agree. You have to give a reason because he can grow into the sleeve. So again, this question here, I think I just have to talk you guys through it because it is one of these questions where you're going to get both answers. So if we look at it, the medium will be tight on his chest. I mean, I reckon this is the part where you can get creative with some of your answers, right? So let's have a look. So his sleeve length is 88. So 88 is down there for medium, but his chest measures 110 centimeters. So that's somewhere here, and that's going to be at a large. Let's see, so Petal, I wouldn't agree your answer because you've just said yes or no. Shadow, yes, because he can grow into the sleeve. I'm trying to understand how he would grow into the sleeve because if he's already enlarged, I guess his arms are gonna grow. But I do like the medium will be tight on his chest. That's a good reason. I like that. I think Shadow, I'll accept that reason. Nats, what are you saying? I agree it's better if he fits into the chest since it's 110 and for his sleeves around 2 minute difference. Yep. So you guys, I think you're on the right track there. You know, as long as you can justify why you decided to go with the now Shadow, I think the medium will be tight on his chest is not a bad answer because I think they say or similar answer which includes measurements. So as long as Shadow, if you say the medium will be tight on his chest because his chest size is 110 and the medium can only hold up to 105, if you say that, that's actually a valid reason. But it's a good point actually. Don't just say the words, but use the numbers as to support your argument as well. Aging Ape, no, I've not. Sorry. I think that the sleeve Petal, I think the sleeve might be too long for him. A size medium might be better fit for a sleeve length, but I don't know. Yeah. So Petal, I reckon. See, that's a tricky one, right? I'm just having a look at it. You have to actually. It's a really good answer you've given, but you have to take a position. You can't be neutral. I think you're being very neutral there. So you have to agree or you have to disagree. I think that's one of the things about the answer schedule is they're saying that they must take a position of agree or disagree and they must include numeric measurements. So for you guys, just saying large is not enough. You have to say his chest size is 110 centimeters. Therefore, medium is too small because medium can only fit up to 105. Sweet. Okay. I think we're good with that. We're good with that. Can we move on to the next question? So as Andy was asking before, look, whatever you explain, if it's something like these types of questions where you're comparing two sets of numbers, use the numbers to actually answer the question. Don't leave it like just saying, yeah, that's going to be too big for him. So therefore, tell the marker, or well, apparently the AI is marking it right now. If it is, tell it why you think that is, and so use the numbers. All right, so let's go to the next one. Nice percentage, my favorite ones. There we go. Yeah, David is on the track there. I wonder if I can put this in ChatGPT and get like another completely different exam paper. I might try it out. All right, so let's go through this question here. Now 30% off 179. So first step you want to do is you want to actually work out what 30% of 179 is. And so 30% is the same thing as saying 0.3 multiplied by 179 is equal to 53.7. Then we've got 179 take away 53.7. And so that's $125.30. Oh, Mancha, come on, stop making those silly mistakes, man. Now, folks, there is a shortcut way of doing this, and I know that some of these get only covered in like year 11, but if you do want to do this in one quick line, which you can, so whenever you take like 30% off, you can just multiply, you can just do 70% of 179, and that would actually give you the 125 straight away, because what it's doing is it's actually taking 30% off that price and subtracting it automatically. So if I do 0.7 times 179, I'm going to do that in one shot, which is 125.3. So, you know, I mean, if you are confident, you can always do that. So for example, if something is like 20% off, then you can just go 80% off the price. So if I want to do like, say, 20% off sale and something cost, I don't know, $240, then I could just go 0.8 times 240. That just does the subtraction straight away. Or let's say like, yeah, so then that's all right, man. It just, we all make mistakes, so it's absolutely fine. Yeah, it's a good little tip to have, just to kind of do things real quickly. But for you folks, just keep in mind, like, always show working, because that just helps you a lot as well. All right, let's go to the next question here. Question C. I think this is the best I could do, sorry. And I know you might have to zoom in quite a bit. Oh, Minty, you don't have to. I'm sure you could have looked after the dollar for yourself. All right, so sometimes jackets have a temperature range guide. We've got a temperature here. And the question is asking, tick the temperature range that a heavyweight jacket is made of. So it's just the option one. So option 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whatever you feel like the answer is, throw it up there. I might just zoom in. Oh no, I can't zoom in. If I zoom in, you can't see the question. All right, so I'll go through this one. We're actually looking for heavyweight jacket. So heavyweight jacket is here. I'm just going to zoom in quite a bit. Minty, what are you doing, Minty? Yeah, so the heavyweight is actually between, let's have a look. This part here. No, what's happening? So this part here is the heavyweight jacket. So it's roughly between -6 and -20. Could be -5, but like, so if we go in here, the only zone that's between -20 and 60 is this one here. It's -20 and 60, -20 and 6. So it's option number 4 is what we're looking at. All right, let's go to question D. So we've got, here we go. It's one of these explaining questions. So explaining questions, I'm going to give you folks like a few minutes just to think about it and actually write through. Sorry if the colors are a bit too bright. Yeah, when I asked AI to make it pop, it popped. Literally so bright. Yeah, nice, David. That's blue jacket on the right has the highest FQ, cost made the most 439, weighs the least in comparison to the other way. Yeah. Yeah, I think this is a nice. I don't think this is a dual question. I think it's a pretty straightforward yes question. So, yeah, I think this is just true. You can agree on it. So I think the good thing is as I said to you guys before, use the numbers to explain anytime these kind of answers come through. So Nats, you saying something like the blue jacket on the right has highest FQ of 800, costs the most 439, it weighs less, the least 450 in comparison to the other jackets that weigh more. Now I'm having a look at the answer schedule. No, that's not it. So they want you to kind of say a comparison for the second one as well, like a second one. So you could actually say the pink jacket is on the opposite end. The pink jacket actually has the lowest FQ, while it also has the lowest price, but it has the highest weight. So you can kind of compare it both ways there. Yeah. So if like, I think it's a good, like, when you have like two things to compare, it's fairly obvious. You can kind of go, well, when you say one is bigger than the other, it's kind of makes sense. In this case, you actually have three things, so it'll be a good idea to mention. You could even say the third one. David, your answer, like, I know that numerically it makes sense. Like, I know what you've done there, but I think what you need to write is what the 800 is. Like, the 800 is the FQ for the. So you kind of have to mention that the FQs are actually, what is it called? The fill quality. As the fill quality goes up, the weight decreases and the price increases. So you might need to write that as a statement rather than just putting them as symbols like that. Nah, I don't think you're gonna fail, mate. Like, look, you're here, you're doing practice, and I think a few more of these tutorials, I think you'll be fine. Does that kind of make sense, guys, what I'm trying to say here? And then we can move on to the next one. It's just one of these explaining questions. Just compare the, if you have three things to compare at least two of them, yeah? Apparently, but not at school. I'm mean at school, Muncher. Let's go with this one here. Jacket layer. So when testing a jacket, I'm going to give you guys about a minute for this. Let's give you a minute. I don't think you need a minute. You probably do it faster than that. 30 seconds. You're welcome, Petal. It's not a problem. Yeah, I think this is a nice straightforward one. They're just asking you difference between 13.4 and negative 6.2. So you're just going to go 13.4 minus negative 6.2, and that gives you 19.6. Nice and easy, done and dusted. Let's go to the next question. Hey, here we go. Just want to make sure that I've got everything in the question. Yes, I have. Number of jackets sold. Are you talking about the chat? I am YRL. Guys, make sure you actually say why. All right. So, I mean, like, even if you know what it is, I know you're on the chat. You're just putting statement is correct, but you've got to kind of explain why. False, because July, the hottest month, more than 70 jackets were sold. I'm just having a look at this. Folks, you want to read the question again? Love it. I'm actually loving the answers here, because like we've got a really good discussion point here. You got a comment limit. What? I didn't even know there was a comment limit. How do you get a comment limit here? I don't even know how you got a comment limit. I've never heard of that before. This is the first time I've actually heard of a comment limit. Wow. Now, Gus, I don't think this is something where you can actually disagree or... What? Oh, right. Comment limit. Okay, I see what you mean by... No, I don't think this is something that you can disagree or agree, because, like, look, the key thing you have to notice is this. And sometimes it's actually worth kind of digging a little bit deeper into these types of questions. These are like time series questions, right? So you've got to look at the trends of what's happening. So let's actually break this down. I'm going to look at June, July, and August just to get... gonna see if this actually makes it. That's January, February, March, April, May. That looks like June, July, August. I don't even know where that is. August is there. Then we've got the summer months, which is December, January, February. So we got December, January, February. And then December is here. June is there. July is there. August is there. Okay. So when I look at this particular graph, right, if you look at the red lines, let's actually do the red lines a little bit better. Yeah, Daniel. Welcome back, Daniel. Welcome back. Unless this is a different Daniel. So I think some of the answers that you guys have written, I would actually have to agree on this statement, because if you look at it, more jackets are sold when the weather is cold than when it's hot. So the cold weather, I should have put in blue line instead of for the cold weather, but it's all right. The cold weather lines are the red ones, and the light blue ones are the hot weather ones. And you can kind of see straight away, just visually looking at this, the red lines are actually taller than the blue lines. Yes, Daniel, have a look at the bottom corner there. I'll put next week's one up there when we do differentiation and integration. Oh, no, you're asking probability. Ooh, distributions. Oh, maybe not distributions. But yeah, so in this particular one, I'd actually agree. And I would actually use the numbers as well. Like I'd actually say in June, they actually sold, more than almost 70 jackets compared to December, January, February. Like in December, I think they sold like 35 and 40. You can kind of see that. So that's not enough. So going back to the comments there, Gus saying that June has the most jackets sold, will that be enough for you to get that? Yeah, so it's going back to the double comparison, Gus. So you've got to say, yes, in June there's this much that gets sold, but in December, Jan, February, it actually gets lower. Like the number is actually a lot lower. So don't just say one thing, compare it with another thing as well in this case. So Gus, you're partially there. What else we got? Muncher, nah, man, I can't accept that one, because July is not the hottest month, unless you're trolling me, which probably are. So Petal, like, yeah, Petal, I think you've got to agree. I do not agree. Wait, is that a double negative? So yes, I agree. I read your answer, Petal, first, and I was like, wait, why does she not? Right. Okay, that's okay. So let's say I do not agree means yes, I agree. Is that correct? I think so. So the graph shows an increase in sales around June, July. Yep. So Petal, I would also add that that compared to December, January, February, the jackets have actually dropped. Yeah, fair enough, Gus. Yeah. Hey, one other thing. Why do you think that there's a spike in December? I think there's a genuine answer for this one, and I have a theory on it, and I could be wrong. But why do you think December's jacket sales actually increase? Black Friday. Love it. Due to Christmas spending, early gifts, yeah. Summer sales for winter. Yeah, I think, look, you're starting to get some ideas here that you could actually add. I mean, I know it's not necessary to add in this but I mean, I could theorize here, but like a lot of people like to go to the Northern Hemisphere for December. When they go to the Northern Hemisphere, it's actually quite cold. So they might like to buy jackets during December to go up to the Northern Hemisphere because there's winter in the Northern Hemisphere. That's why December sales could be up. That's my theory. Could be wrong. Yeah, going on vacation up to like UK or US or Europe or any of those cold countries up north. I teach at Ormiston Junior College, Mancher. All right, folks, we've done 2 questions here at the moment. I think we'll probably finish off the next 3 questions in the next sitting. When do we want to do this? Should we do it this week, Sunday? Oh, did you? So where, you're at OSC right now? Cool. I will lock you guys in on Sunday. Oh, you're at Pakuranga College. Now I want to know who your name is. What is... I know a couple of people that went to OJC and then went to Pakuranga. Hey, Sujin, hey. Yeah, no worries, Nats. Look, we'll do Sunday, and I think we'll do Sunday from 8 o'clock again. But we'll probably go a little bit longer on Sunday because I want to try and finish this paper by Sunday. So at least people can come back and watch it later on. And then see if I have time to make another paper. All right, folks. Yeah, so that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you for actually joining for the first Co-Requisite live. That was 50 minutes. Good fun. Oh, did I? Oh, damn. Okay. Oh, I did? Where was this, Petal? Which school are you from? See you, Mancha. Oh, you were at Pakuranga as well. I came to class and even knew you, and you signed my classmate's calculator. Oh, jeez. I'm trying to think, like, oh yeah, I came into Pakuranga in June. Hey, Daniel, I'm trying to remember which school you're from. I'm guessing this is Daniel from Green Bay, is it? I could be wrong. I'm thinking of a different Daniel. Oh, yep. Okay, that was, I was actually thinking that was you. Yeah, I think you changed the photo, man, because it's like, oh, unless it's yeah, I can't keep up with all of your guys' code names and everything. Still my favorite Christmas present of all time. Petal, are you in Pakuranga? Just yeah, I'll come and have a chat with Mr. Johal soon anyway. I'm not sure, Gus. I think they're supposed to start in week 8. So, look, if anything, like, I know I said complex numbers this week. I might have, like, I'll see how Thursday goes because I think I'm doing a giveaway on Thursday or Wednesday. Jeez, when did I put that? Giveaway. When is the giveaway? I can't remember now. Let me just have a quick look. Giveaway. When is the giveaway? Lives. August is scheduled for 28th. Oh, so that's Thursday. Yeah, Thursday is giveaway day. Oh, happy to help, Carrie Ann. Yeah, Thursday, pop over, guys, because there's a Google form to fill in, and you know, if you win, you get an Infinity Plus One T-shirt, not the yellow one, the black one with the other colors. No worries, Taha. You're welcome. I think you got to give credit to you as well because you did do the work. Suvel, I'm not sure. But I did, honestly. I've got to read this comment, and I've got to make a reaction video for this comment because it was the most craziest comment that I saw on. Where is it? Oh, here we go. Here's the comment, all right? Teachers are lucky that they have jobs in today's economy. Feel free to strike if you feel the need. My kids are loving all these days off school that teachers are providing. Okay. Great times. So no, I'm not sure what's happening with the strikes, Suvel. Useless one, you keep talking about this. I've not seen the news in Australia. What are they doing in Australia now? What are our... You can't just stop and... Gus, nah, mate. Like, look, you guys are coming to study, right? That's the difference. I mean, you're here. You showed up. You stayed for 2 hours, and you actually worked. So, nah, I can't say that, man, because it's like, to be honest, it's such a that's such a mindset mentality for Taman. You know, the moment you say something like that to Taman, what happens is that Taman stops growing. Yeah, it's what I say when I go to places. I like to think I'm the most. No, I don't like to think. I think I am. I am the most. Oh, what I'm the most dumbest person in the room because that way I get to learn. All right. The moment you say to yourself that you're smart, you don't actually learn. 30 FPS Piggy, 100%. Yes, you can. I've actually, we had a situation where a kid actually got that in like 2 hours because all he did was just the excellence questions. Gus, 100%, man. Like I make so many mistakes. I make mistakes all the time. Like, look at this. No, I don't want to show this mistake. That was a terrible mistake. Yeah, there you go. 30 FPS Piggy. Daniel D, a living legend that actually did it in 2024. And the creator of the one and only Infinity Plus One Christmas ugly jumper, ugly sweater. All right, guys, look, I better get going because I got to do some work, school work now. And I will catch you guys on Sunday, all right? Take it easy. And now I'm taking it out. And actually, I was going to wear it in like, actually, you know what, Daniel? We should have worn it for midwinter Christmas in like June 20. Damn it, we missed it. We got to do that next year. Petzl, like, look, all my math stuff is here. Just feel free to grab what you can. Yeah. And yeah, that's right. The special edition t-shirt, right? Like the Christmas one that we did. That was good fun. Anyway, guys, I'll see you on Thursday for the giveaway. And then I will see you on Sunday for the CAA remaining questions, all right? Till then, take care. And as always, thank you for watching.